This cake encapsulates two flavors of Christmas, gingerbread and cranberry. Tami Steggell is here to share the recipe for her layered gingerbread cranberry cake. I feel reverent toward what I'm looking at because it's so beautiful. It looks like something you would see in a magazine or like almost that fake food you would buy, that faux food. It's so beautiful.
Well, I like to offer things that anybody can make. So in this recipe, you will get the cake, the frosting, how to make the cranberry jam, and how to sugar the cranberries, which are not mysterious. It's actually really easy.
What's so funny, Tami, is I think last season, or maybe it was the Christmas before, I spent a lot of money on fake sugared cranberries because they're so beautiful to look at and to display. You're going to show us how to actually make the real thing?
Super simple.
Okay, what do we do?
Yeah. Oh, okay, so what we do is we take a half a cup of sugar.
We're starting from the top down.
That's right. The important part. And then a half a cup of water.
Okay.
And then we heat this up until it's all dissolved and you let it cool for about 10 minutes.
And that was regular sugar?
It's regular sugar. I just happen to use raw, but you can use just regular white granulated.
The raw's thicker, right? The raw.
It's just it's a raw granulated, so it's just a little bit more coarse. But you can use regular white sugar.
I don't know. I think the coarseness is part of it, right?
It's just pretty.
Part of the pretty,
It's just got that brown shine.
Yeah.
And then you add your cranberries to the sugared syrup that you just created.
Once it's dissolved.
And you kind of let them sit here in the pot for about 10 minutes, just so that it almost caramelizes on the surface, and then you transfer it to a parchment paper.
So sorry, does that stick to the cranberry?
It'll stick to the cranberries, yes.
Okay.
Like, think of just like a sugary, clear, glossy coating.
Okay.
And then what you do is you take these and you toss them in here, and you transfer them to a parchment paper, and you just let them dry. And it's literally
And what's in this?
This is just sugar.
Just sugar.
And these are your ones that we just rolled in the syrup.
Can I?
Yep.
I would pick some up.
Yeah.
And I would toss it in here. They are sticky.
Yep.
I'll be licking my fingers.
That's how the sugar sticks to it.
Okay.
And if you wanted, you could actually do that exact same thing with some rosemary. You could dip it in the syrup, sugar it, and have frosted trees on top of your cake.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
So see how simple it is?
Now, how would could I store these ahead of time?
You can store them. If you wanted to make them a day ahead, you can store them. I would just put like a little cup of rice in here and cover them so they don't get soggy, and the rice will help keep them dry.
So something I could do in advance to garnish really anything.
Yeah.
But in this case, we are garnishing the most beautiful looking and sounding cake. Tell us about this layered creation.
Okay, so what's fun about it, I cut a slice open so you can see all the little layers here. So the cake is made with regular flour and whole wheat flour.
Okay.
And that whole wheat flour just gives it that really comfy, like, gingerbready graham cracker taste.
So you taste a different warmth.
Yeah,
using the combination.
because whole wheat flour has more warmth to it.
Okay.
And then it has spices, which are cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger, cloves, and lots of molasses.
Oh.
That makes it the gingerbread. And then we make a cranberry orange homemade jam, which is also super simple, takes only 10 minutes.
How do you do it?
And it is 12 ounces of cranberries with the zest of an orange and juice of an orange and a little bit of sugar. You just boil it, and then I actually put this in a food processor because I wanted it more smooth for the cake, but you can leave it chunky if you want to serve it on toast or even at the holidays with your meal. And then it is topped off with a mascarpone cream cheese frosting, which is just made just like a cream cheese frosting, but it has a lot of mascarpone in it, and you get that vanilla creamy, silky combination of everything happening here.
So it feels a little overwhelming when you consider the entire project, but breaking it down as a layered cake allows us to do
into simple steps.
Simple steps, simple layers. I can pull this off?
Yes, absolutely.
And I'm finding myself doing a little palate test, like, does gingerbread go with cranberry? But
well, I was kind of nervous about that, but I was trying to compile like what would be the ultimate Christmas cake to encapsulate the holidays. And so it really works, and I think it's that whole wheat that kind of mellows out the gingerbread cake.
Yeah.
And it really gels and goes together perfectly, and you get a little bit of tart. I don't spread a lot of filling in the middle.
I was going to say, and just like good people, I think good frosting becomes kind of a unifier.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yes.
That frosting seems to me that it would be kind of the marriage that brings all of those strong Christmas flavors together.
Yeah, and it just makes it all festive, and you top it with those cranberries.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Thank you so much. Where can we get more recipes from you, Miss Tami?
You can go to Bite Me Industries on Instagram, and in the new year, I will have a web page up and available.
Oh, good. We'll
and
look
then
forward to that.
You can find this recipe on ksl.com, and it will be in the link in my bio.
Thank you for sharing, and we will link you over to her Instagram as well, and soon her website, where you can get more what feel like fancy recipes like this, but Tami breaks them down in such an approachable way, which we're grateful for. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you so much.